Hello everyone, how's everyone doing? You guys doing good too? I'm doing good too. Let's get on today's video session. Here we go. Yeah, you got my rock and music as always. Welcome back to my video session. So we're going to be continuing on with just what previously the monitor, right? And there was like a very slim desktop at the bottom, which is got hardware and sound system in there with speakers and subwoofer. So I'll just uh, tell you again what that thing was. Basically, it was a 4K, right? 4K monitor, around about 24 inch by 23.8 inch screen size. So there's a monitor at the top, and there's a right beneath it. There was a very slim, like a rectangle shape, that thick, which on that thickness, the monitor sits on it across. So it's like that. It's like a log. It's like more like a log, and the monitor sits on top of it. It's actually like that. So in that kind of very slim rectangular thing, what I showed you, there's hardware and 2-point channel for what? Speakers and passive radiator subwoofer. It's got all that kind of stuff in there. I know you might think that, you know, what's so special about that? Well, the only thing special about that I can see in that is that, like, usually, the computers you have, right? You have a monitor, of course, your mouse and keyboard on the side at the front, but it's got everything there for you that you don't need to have a desktop on the side, and you don't need any speakers. That's all it is, really. If you like that kind of layout, it's just straight in a line like that. The monitor and the rectangle shape system at the bottom. That's all it is about this. If that interests you, then fine. If it doesn't, you can give it a miss. Anyway, we're going to continue in today. So this is really important. Yeah. So in here, right, you have a CPU. The CPU in this PC, right, what does it actually tell you? Because normally we have a CPU, then some people get a bit frustrated what kind of Intel GPU we get, which is an integrated GPU, by the way. What kind of GPU will you get with that? Because that's kind of frustrating. If you look at loads of the systems that Fujitsu releases, they're being really smart. They're hiding some information. I'm gonna clear everything today. That information is that, like, on some Fujitsu systems, you look, what you will say about the GPU? It will say Intel UHD graphics. What? But where's the number? Which one is it? This is the most frustrating thing, isn't it? Because it says Intel UHD graphics. Now the one in this one, Fujitsu FH-X/E2. The CPU in this, right, tells you which GPU is in there. The higher the number, they will tell you. If the CPU is a different one, they're gonna write Intel UHD graphics. All right, they're gonna write that. I think that when you get something like, I don't know, 9900 or something, 997, something like that. When it goes like 107 something dash 00, that's where they're gonna tell you what the Intel HD number is. What they will do, if that number is less than the product I'm talking about today, the CPU model I'm talking about here, the Intel UHD graphics, you know what's it going to be? It's going to be Intel UHD graphics 620. It'll be that one. But they won't write that. Because if that's a Intel UHD graphics 620, they're not going to tell you. All they're going to write there is Intel UHD graphics. And what? People start thinking, which one is it? Because they don't know it. Because a lot of people don't understand these kind of things. But when the product I'm talking about today, the CPU in this, they will tell you it's an Intel UHD graphics 630. It's the next one. It gives a bit of a boost. They actually tell you which one it is. The model I'm talking about right now, today, if it's not that CPU, it's a less model. It's just going to say Intel UHD graphics. Understand? Let's clear this properly. If the model is less, the one I'm talking today, it will just say Intel UHD graphics. The model I'm talking about today, it will say Intel UHD graphics 630. It actually will tell you that. I think that's a bit silly. Even it's a less model, right? Why don't they tell you that? Why don't they just write Intel UHD graphics? That's silly, isn't it? Because like some people want to know it. Some people start contacting the seller. They go, which Intel HD graphics is it? What is it? You gotta understand the Intel HD, right? That's the one's turning to Intel UHD. I'm not gonna talk too much about Intel HD integrated GPU in this video. All I just wanted to say that the CPU that they use is these systems. When it says Intel UHD graphics, it will be Intel UHD graphics 620. When now the model I'm talking about today, which is like 107 something dash 00, then it's going to say Intel UHD graphics 630. I don't know why they're so ashamed to express themselves if it's got Intel UHD graphics 620. Don't know why they don't want to tell you. I mean, still Intel UHD 620. It's a quite good GPU. It is pretty good, you know. It's really, really good. I'm not gonna say much about the Intel UHD graphics in this video because I was just interested to tell you how some of the description they show on this manufacturer's website. It's quite disappointing when they write that when you actually don't know. Because I kept on searching and searching, and then I go, what is actually telling you what number is? I go, I wonder what it is. Because, I mean, it can be any other one, can it? To be honest, if it's Intel UHD, it won't be less than 620. I'll tell you that straight. It won't be 415. It won't be 615. Okay, these ones were called Intel HD 415, Intel HD 615. Can you see? They use 9 there. Alright? But when you look at, you see each CPU has their own GPU in there. It depends what CPU you got, and that's the GPU is going to be in there. Same with this monitor, this hardware. Whatever CPU is in this one, right, it will give you Intel UHD 630. This video and model I'm talking about is got Intel UHD 630 in this. By far, if we look at the 400 series and the 600 series, Intel UHD 630, it is one of the best ones. It definitely is. Still, Intel UHD 620 is still quite good, but it's not good as 630. It's still very good. If you got 620, it's good. You got 630, even better. Yeah, they're both really good. So don't think that you can't do anything with it. So I think that clears some things about it. And this monitor with this desktop and sound system is pretty good because it gives you Intel UHD 630. Okay, you're gonna get that with it in this one. If you're interested in that, it will be really good. It plays quite a lot. It will do 4K videos, alright? It will do that. And it will play a lot of games. Okay, I'm not gonna talk too much about that, about compatibility, about the Intel UHD 630. We will be talking about that in the next video, but this one was just about the CPUs you have. This is the GPUs you have in that. Alright, so that's all I just wanted to say. Hope you guys enjoyed my video today. Give me a like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.